Back with Craig Button now. The Jets are all in this year, and the Golden Knights really look like they've been all in ever since they joined the NHL, but neither one has really looked like it lately. Now, I know every game is important, but how much extra do you think is on the line tonight in Winnipeg for two teams that are looking to solidify their status as Stanley Cup contenders?
Yeah, and I love the term all in and solidifying their status as serious Stanley Cup contenders, Rod. The Vegas Golden Knights, their last 5 games have been a little bit better. At the outset of this season, they were on fire. But since that point in time, they've been basically a 500 team that's been meandering along, haven't really established themselves as that team that we saw last year come Stanley Cup playoff time. For the Winnipeg Jets at the top of the division, at the top of the league, at various points in time, they slipped in the last 5 games. So to me, the importance of this game is for both teams to establish what they are, who they are, what their identity, and what can give them success. For the Winnipeg Jets, I believe that is really limiting scoring chances against and taking advantage of their scoring chances. I know it sounds simple, but when the Winnipeg Jets are not giving up goals, when they give up 2 or less goals a game, they're one of the best teams in the National Hockey League. It's no accident that their goals against average is high, despite the fact that they've kind of been a weaker defensive team the last number of games. But when they play to that strength, they are almost unbeatable. For the Vegas Golden Knights, you can look at the offense maybe being a little bit off this year, but they've surrendered leads, and they have not been as tight defensively. When they got a lead or they were tight in a game, it was almost lights out. It was give the win to the Vegas Golden Knights. Their most recent game versus the Nashville Predators, I think, is a great example of what's ailed the Vegas Golden Knights this year. Some really good stretches of play, but not being able to finish the deal. And certainly with a 4-1 lead against a very good team, Nashville, and losing 5-4, I think exemplifies some of the challenges that they have, certainly not just going into this game versus Winnipeg, but to try to establish themselves as credible, serious, and Stanley Cup contenders.
Now, I asked you a few moments ago the tougher matchup for the Leafs between the Panthers and Bruins. So let me ask it again. The Jets looking down a matchup with either the Stars or Colorado Avalanche, which would pose a bigger problem for Winnipeg in round 1?
Yeah, that's a really tough question right now for me to answer, and I will answer it. But Winnipeg has shown they can beat any team in this league. They've shown that they can compete and play at the level of any of the top teams in this league. And I think when I talk about earlier about getting back to your identity, I think that's the thing that gives you the conviction that you are a legitimate Stanley Cup contender. But I think the tougher matchup for the Winnipeg Jets would be the Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars have excellent goaltending, and certainly the blue line with the addition of Tanev has become stronger, and they're getting scoring, and they got some good young players that are contributing to the scoring and taking some of the pressure off of some of the veteran players. So I see Dallas as a more deeper, more complete team than the Colorado Avalanche. So if the Winnipeg Jets have to play anybody in the first round of the playoffs not finishing first, I would choose the Colorado Avalanche. Why don't we go that route anyway? Let teams pick who they want to play come playoff time.